All right, guys, good morning. It is Monday morning. It is the 31st of May, and we are doing my week in numbers. We're looking back at exactly what happened last week, and it is currently Bank Holiday Sunday at the minute. It's 5:29, and I've just opened my first Southern Comfort and Diet Coke of the evening. 1 second. It tastes good. I'm just in an absolutely fantastic mood. We've had a fantastic week and loads to look forward to. So firstly, I want to just tell you guys that I have been looking for a new self-storage facility. Now, I've been to a place called Barrow in Fairness. It has a population of around about 70,000 and there is one self-storage in that whole, well, one meaningful self-storage. There's a container site, but I don't really count that. And the self-storage in Barrow in Fairness, name escapes me right now because I'm no longer going to Barrow in Fairness. That's not where we're looking at next. So therefore, I feel comfortable telling you guys exactly what we're doing. So I went there and I saw the back door actually open of this indoor self-storage. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to go in. Every single unit was taken. Every single one. I've seen over 100 units there, and every single one was taken. Incredible. I just walked around. I actually videoed it, and it was incredible. It was in a great location as well. And so if anybody wants a self-storage or looking for more self-storage facilities, then Barrow in Fairness is probably a good place. Now, the reason that I'm not going there is because the amount of revenue per square foot, I don't believe it's a very affluent area. And not to say that you would never open in a not affluent area. Obviously, many places do, but it's in a corner of the country. And so therefore, I just don't believe that's all you're going to get. You're only going to get that 70,000 population. There's not much people driving by. And where if, for example, I don't know, Bradford, for example, you've got loads of different areas of Bradford and people coming and going and stuff. So yeah, it's just not for me, but I really, really enjoy it. It's about 3.5 hour drive, but it took me 4.5 hours to get there from my location. And I just thoroughly enjoyed that day out, just looking, so spending, like I said, 2 days on the road every single week, looking at different self-storages, looking at different areas to try and expand, obviously. And so if anybody wants to have a look at Barrow in Fairness, and there's nothing wrong with it at all. It seems a very, very decent place. The only problem I can see here is that there's no industrial units available, and that obviously is a problem. But yeah, it looks a fairly decent opportunity for somebody. Unfortunately, it's just probably not exactly what the criteria we're looking for. Okay, so last week, how did we do? It was a really, really good week. It was 51 quotes, and the amount of quotes per day was 7.28. We only had one quote on Sunday, which is incredible. So we had 50 all the way up till Sunday, and then one quote on Sunday. Maybe because it's the nice weather, I don't know. Number of reservations. We had 22 reservations. 22. Absolutely incredible. We've got another team member, a new team member as well, called Vanessa. She is absolutely tearing it up. She has more reservations than, she's got double the reservations of James and more than double of what Angela's got. Angela's obviously the manager, so she's doing managerial stuff, and James is obviously letting Vanessa do all the callback 2s, callback 3s, etc. But she's just absolutely phenomenal. I feel very, very lucky, very, very blessed about the team we've got. And so, yeah, we've done amazingly well this week with amount of reservations, 22 reservations. Number of forward move-ins was 6, so that's 27%. New move-ins last week, we had 14 move-ins, and the amount of square foot moved in was 1,635. Other move-ins, we had 7 people taking extra rooms. 7 people taking extra rooms. So we actually moved in 1,835 square foot. Yes, you heard that right. 1,835 square foot. Beautiful. And by the way, the conversion rate for quotes to move-ins was 29.41%. 29.41%. And let's remember here, guys, that we are no longer doing any offer whatsoever. There's no half price offer for 8 weeks, no half price offer for 4 weeks. There is nothing. Zilch, nilla. So it's beautiful. The amount of times the van was rented out, the transit was rented out 6 times, and the Luton was rented out 3 times. 3 times for the Luton. So it's been a fantastic week, really good week. I'm really happy with the conversions. Quotes to reservations was 43%, 43.13%. You can't argue with these numbers. It is phenomenal. I just hope you guys are having the sort of like, I don't know, Indian summer that we're having. It's been brilliant so far. So the quote breakdown, where did our quotes come from? We had Google, 36 quotes from Google. That was 71%. Word of mouth, we had 20% came from word of mouth. That was 10. That was brilliant. Passing by, we had 4, which was 8%. Used before, we had 1, which was 2%. Now, if you add them all up, it comes to more than 100. I've been rounding up. Beverly 24, social media, estate agents, removals, blog, Bing, leaflets were all 0. Right, let's have a quick word from our sponsor, and I will get another quick drink of Southern Comforts. Okay, so the amount of square foot moved in was 1835. We already know that, so 1835. Amount of square foot moved out was 750. So we was a positive of 1,085. 1,085 net for the week. That is, unbelievable. Do you know what? It nearly makes... I'm a massive Man City fan, and I actually had a big bet on Man City because I've obviously been working in the gambling industry and stuff, and so I do like my bets. And so I had a big bet on Man City at 4-1 to win the Champions League, and unfortunately, Man City didn't win the Champions League. But it was. I'm a Man City fan as well, and so this kind of made me. Every time I felt down about Man City, I just thought, you know what, it's all right because Storage is doing well, and I don't know. I've never ever been so upset from a football match. Man City finally got to Champions League final, and we blew it. We just didn't play it anywhere near what we're capable of. Next season. Okay, so the amount of rooms moved in was a Storage podcast, and I ended up talking about Man City. How do I manage that? Amount of rooms moved in was 22. Amount of rooms moved out was 9. So we've got total internal occupied rooms of 367. Amount of containers moved in was 1. Amount of containers moved out was 0. So we've got 26 containers rented out. At the minute, I'll just go through. I'll tell you about it in a second. So car parking, we had no in, no out, 14 car parking spaces rented out. The store occupancy currently is 85.99%. Whoa. And we've got loads and loads of reservations at the minute, as you can tell. So we've only got 20 rooms left to let. That's it. That's all we've got, 20 rooms. And most of them are 25 square foot. That's it in the whole 30,000 square foot building. We've only got 20 rooms to let, which is it's just a testament to the team, how well we've done. It's took us 4.5 years to get to this point. So we're really over the moon with that. I think it's absolutely phenomenal. And we're going to give the staff, depending if they listen to this, a little bit of a big bonus when we get to a big bonus when we get to 90% occupied, which hopefully shouldn't be too long. Hopefully next month will be, well, it's a push. Hopefully we'll get to 90% occupied. We've got a lot of rooms reserved, so we'll see. But what we're going to do is we can fit another 10 containers in quite comfortably. And so we're going to probably order 10 containers from Willbox, or maybe even 5, maybe order 5 first of all, because obviously we've got no big rooms at all. We can't, if anybody wants a big room, we just can't supply them at the minute. So what we're going to have to do is get them into a container. And I just hope that Willbox have got some containers ready for us. So we're going to order another 5 and then another 5 after that almost straight away when start renting out. And so, yeah, then we'll have 36 containers. And then what we're probably going to do is probably use another one of our sponsors, Janus, and we're going to have them drive up them fantastic ones. We're probably going to have between 10 and 15 of those drive up ones. And we're going to hopefully order them very, very soon as well, because we've got to utilize this, how busy we are somewhere and somehow. And the only way we can do it, because we're nearly at capacity inside. So we're going to have to do it outside and really make sure that we use the outdoor space to drive as much revenue as possible. Talking about revenue, our true period revenue, it was, let's have a look. It says here 64,645. Because that's not including, it's basically including merchandise sales. We're over 65,400, which is an absolute fantastic jump. We've jumped up around about 6.5 grand from last month. Which is incredible. And I keep saying incredible all the time, but it really is. I feel so happy now that I feel as though I parked Beverly. I don't have to spend too much time looking at Beverly. And although we have got more competition now, and I will talk about that on Friday. It's called the innovation stack and why you shouldn't be worried about competition as long as you've innovated along the way, and what is your innovation stack. So we're going to talk about that on Friday, because I've just read a fantastic book last week all about innovation and how you can fight off Amazon if you've got the innovation stack. And it's, yes, it was talking about his company and Amazon, but you can use this methodology for all industries. So it's, yeah, we'll talk about that on Friday. It is fantastic. So yeah, in terms of Beverly, yes, I can park it a little bit, but we've also redesigned the website as now, because obviously new competition, we've got to up our game a little bit, but we're over 90% full at Beverly. So I kind of park that. I don't have to worry too much about it. And Stormont is getting right up there now, 86% full, 85.99% full. And so now I can almost park that and not worry about it too much. And you always got to worry a little bit. You've always got to keep your eye on the ball, but we're past the magical 85. And if you remember correctly, I always said that once I get past that 85%, I'll be absolutely over the moon. And here we are, over the moon. And I just changed the goalpost a little bit, because I want to get to 90% full. And yeah, when we get there, then it'll be incredible. We're fully built out as well at Willoughby. And now what we can do, obviously, when Clough Road opens in Hull, that'll be in the next probably 5 months. We should be open there now. Things have progressed nicely. So, and then what we can do is, when we don't have the space at Willoughby, we can actually just deflect them onto Clough Road, which will be nice. So the weekly average sales per moving was £21.41. So that's been higher than normal, so which is good. What else is there? Oh, insurance. We sold £97,000 worth of insurance this week. That means it was an average insurance sold this week for new movings was £6,466.67. That was the average. So really, really happy with that. Well done again, team. Anything over 5,000 is absolutely bonkers. Anything over 4,000 industry standard is good, but we want to be better than that. We want to hit 5,000, and we're hitting £6,466 this week. So we're really, really happy. And remember, insurance, it's not a dirty word. People seem to think it's a dirty word because we make so much money out of the insurance, but it's not bad whatsoever, because it's a win-win for you. It's a win-win for the customer. So we need to make sure that we maximize that, because we're looking after the customer. And we're making peace of mind, giving them peace of mind as well. And we're obviously driving revenue as well. Amount of move-ins due. As soon as I get this report, what I always do is look at next week, see how many move-ins we've got. It's another busy week. We've got 14 move-ins due next week for a total of 1,075 square foot. So 14 move-ins due, 1,075 square foot. Amount of square foot due out next week. It's a little bit high. 985. That's what we've got due out this next week. Yeah, hopefully we should have a positive week. I still think we'll have a positive week. And so far, we're 1,500 square foot up for the month as well. So that is really good for me. Really happy. I'm over the moon. I keep saying I'm over the moon. Obviously, I keep saying I'm real happy. Just a quick shout out for a guy called James Crabtree. James Crabtree. Apparently, my friend says you're my biggest fan. I know we've already talked about this. Yeah, just a big shout out. We're actually, hopefully, James is getting in the industry. At the minute, he's got a very, very successful business, and he wants to get in the self-storage business as well. So we've been talking through a third party and on the phone. I think it was Friday or Saturday. About an opportunity that he might have. And obviously he's looking at loads of different opportunities to get in the industry. And yeah, hopefully one or two might be coming off. So James Crabtree, big shout out to you, buddy. Right, what else? The revenue check. Let's have a look at the weekly revenue. And I did open this as well already for us. And now I'm trying to find it. Here it is. I've already loaded it up. It was a fantastic week with revenue. Stormont took £18,595.56, which was good. Bounce direct debits was 170 quid there. At Beverly, we took £3,576.40. No bounce direct debits at Beverly, which is normally the case as well. Beverly's, we've got some good customers there. So in total, we took £22,171.96. £22,171.96. And lastly, ladies and gentlemen, what we're going to do is do a quick revenue check. So we compare true period revenue versus actual revenue. And true period revenue said we should have took £74,202.48 at Stormore, we actually took 75,000 so far this month, £75,886.02. You would expect that because somebody's paid for a year as well for a container. So it's a roundabout level if we take that off. So positive of £1,683.54. Beverly, and we're in positive at Beverly as well. True period revenue says £14,344.42, and the actual revenue is £14,405.05. So we're positive there on £60 and I'm just double checking. Yeah, £60.63, and all that includes VAT as well. So ultimately, guys, I keep saying this. I feel very, very lucky and blessed to have stumbled across this industry. It's a gift that keeps on giving. And yeah, over the moon, because now we're at that point now with Stormore. I can't do too much more with it. There's not a lot of juice to squeeze from it. I feel like we've squeezed as much juice as humanly possible from it. And we've maximized the revenues. We're very, very good on revenue management. We're good on debtors. And so now it's onwards and upwards to really now focus on new challenges in terms of getting other stores, opening new stores, acquisitions. I've sent out a couple of letters this week to sites that I'm interested in buying, and it's really moving full steam ahead now. Can't wait for Clough Road to open. And I'm also in talks with not in talks. We've agreed a price with my dad to buy. I would tell you the exact figures, but it's not 100%. We haven't signed anything or we haven't put an email together. But basically, my dad owns 45% of the shares, and I want to buy out 20% now and 20 so we can give him some money, and then 25% in 2 years' time. So we're going to valuation now for 20%, and then we're going to have a valuation in maybe 2 years or so, because ultimately I want to give my dad a lump sum. So, well, it's deferred consideration we're going to pay over a period of time, but it's nice for my dad to have extra money to go on holidays. And straight away, mum and dad, as soon as we started talking about this, mum came to me and said, "Oh, Dean, do you know what we're going to do? We're going to go to the Grand Floridian in Florida, and we're going to treat you all to go to Disney World, all the kids." I'm like, "Jesus Christ, mum, that's going to cost like 80 grand. Are you kidding me?" She goes, I want to treat the grandkids. I'm like, right, okay. So she's blown it already. So yeah, that's exciting development. The only problem is with that is that obviously I'll be allocating a lot of funds to buy my dad's share, and it means that my growth might have to not be as fast as I really want. But you can't have everything. You can't have your cake and eat it. Basically, I will be having more of a company, and so yeah, it is what it is, isn't it? It's ultimately it's a good thing moving forward for me, and it's good for my dad as well, because I really want to give him what he deserves. So he's 67 right now, 68 in June, and I want to. He's very, very fit and healthy, by the way. But I just want to make sure that he's got the funds there to literally enjoy his life to whatever standard he wants and go wherever he wants, and not ever have to worry about money again, which will be nice. And he's already been successful, by the way. He's already had a previous company that he sold for 7 figures anyway, but he's just bought. I'm going right deep here. He's just built his own house, and it's cost a lot of money to build this house from scratch. It's a beautiful house, like a dream home. But now I feel like that if I can give him some money, then it's not give him some money, buy him out, then it will just ease any money problems, not money problems, but it'll ease the pressure, and that they can literally do what they want when they want. Anyway, that's the idea. So I want to be open with you guys and tell you exactly what we're doing in this business. So yeah, that's what we're doing. We're buying out 20% of my dad's shares, and I've had so many people who are close to me who know that dad's selling his shares, and so many people want to get involved. But ultimately, I want to keep the shares for myself, because I expect the valuation of the company to go up and up and up and up and up. Hopefully, if we stay on track, that's the plan. Anyway, all right, guys, girls, thank you so much. I'm sorry for boring the last couple of minutes about buying my dad out of the. Oh, it goes on a tangent, doesn't it? Anyway, right. Have a wonderful week. I appreciate you. Go and get loads of reservations. And thank you so much for all the kind words. It massively means so much to me. And I'm glad you guys are enjoying these podcasts as well, because I love doing them. I genuinely love it. And we've also had Janus ask if I can sponsor the podcast for another 6 months. And I know other people have actually contacted me about sponsoring the podcast as well. And so at the minute we're sticking to, we're going to stick to 3 sponsors, and just because I don't know. I feel like it works better. I don't want to have loads and loads of sponsors. So thank you so much for all the inquiries about sponsorship as well. I love it. It's fantastic that people are enjoying the podcast, and I genuinely love doing this podcast. Okay, I am going to have a couple of Southern Comforts. I'm on this big diet at the minute, so I'm in training. I keep saying I'm in training, so I can't have too many. So I'm going to enjoy the ones I can have. All right, guys, girls, have a wonderful bank holiday, and I'll speak to you on Wednesday. See you soon, guys, girls. Bye-bye.